We are live. What's up, you guys? Godzilla Fan Freaks here with Kaiju Chill O'Clock, episode 35, and it is a graveyard shift. What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everybody had a great week. I have some guests here with me. As you can see, we're running a Ghidorah show today. We got three heads on the Kaiju couch. We have Alex, and we have David. These guys are great. They're local friends, fans of mine, and they just wanted to be on the show. Les Walker is first. What's going on, buddy? And then Gojira851. What's going on? Don't forget to atomic blast that like button, you guys. It really helps out, helps the algorithm, and all that good stuff. And three heads are better than one. What's up?
Yes.
So, yeah, no, we're just hanging out. We'll wait for a few more people to get on in here before we get on into, like, what we're going to be doing today and talking about. But, of course, like always, you have questions for myself. These fine gentlemen, please feel free to ask them. And I will be asking them some questions as well. Les saying, I never thought Ghidorah with glasses for Yeah.
that is amazing.
But just to get started on our menu for what we're going to be having on in the background today, these gentlemen wanted to watch Frankenstein Conquers the World. So that is what we will be having in the background. Of course, to avoid all the dreaded footage and not get pulled and down. And then Gojira851, let's hear some bitty bitty bitties. Oh man. And then Les Walker saying great movie footage, yes. Godzilla Train 1090, what's going on, dude? We are just here starting the graveyard shift. We got 4 people on in here, 3 likes, 5 people, let's go. Atomic blast that like button, you guys. Again, I got special guests here today, and we're just going to get started with some questions. Yes, Gojira851 saying hi to Godzilla Train 1090. And so, to start off, let's just get fired straight on into it. Who wants to go first on giving their story? Where did it all start for you? Where did it begin? This crazy journey of kaiju and madness, yes.
Mine started back when I was about 4 years old, so back in '98. And my dad had introduced me to watch the original King Kong vs. Godzilla.
Okay.
That was the first one I saw, and I fell in love with it. It's still my favorite one today, above all.
It's a very good movie. That is my favorite Godzilla is the 62. So, yes.
It's funny because my dad's just like, hey, no, just check this movie out. I was like, I don't want to see a movie where I have to read subtitles. Just watch this movie.
I think that's the majority of the Godzilla movies you have to watch it. Subtitles.
Yeah.
Subtitles.
Become a fancy with them.
And, Alex, what about you, buddy?
So, when I started, it was actually because my nana and my mom, because they started putting all these monster movies, which my mom's really into the Gamera and stuff, so she was like showing, hey, look, there's a monster movie. And the one I had to get into was Godzilla vs. Biollante, which is probably not the first one people will jump say that's my favorite, but something about that movie, just even as a kid, I just really liked it, honestly. Because Biollante is probably my second favorite villain.
Okay.
Because she's really up there, especially her size compared to Godzilla. But
Yeah.
The soundtrack for that one was, I just love the soundtrack from Godzilla vs. Biollante, so
Sweet.
it just honestly just became my favorite, and I will always put that as my top because that was just the one I would always go for.
Cool. All right, good pick. That is one of my favorite movies as well.
Yes.
So now, you kind of already talked about it, but David, do you have any favorite monsters?
Yeah, you know what? The Ghidorah.
Ghidorah?
I love Ghidorah.
Can't go wrong.
Which one?
Which one? What I've learned since these guys have been here is David will say that he likes something, and then Alex is just like, which one? I've heard that maybe like 8 times.
Yeah. It's an everyday thing when I'm hanging out with Alex.
Yeah.
Les saying great music for the background. Yeah, you guys will probably be able to hear the movie at times. And let's see, Les Walker just saying Gojira851 and asking him what's his name again. Gojira851, you guys want Whiplash? My first is Godzilla 1985, and then his second movie was Son of Godzilla. Interesting. Okay, that's on opposite ends of the spectrum for sure. You go from 1985 to 67, Son of Godzilla. Yes,
There's a jump right there.
yeah. So definitely some Whiplash there. Godzilla Train 1090, Godzilla vs. Biollante is definitely my second favorite to 85. Honestly, it's 1A and 1B for him. Yeah. And then Gojira851, just letting Les saying 85 rules. And then, all right, you guys. So like always, you got questions for me, you got questions for these guys, feel free to ask them. Alex, I will give you free range to talk a little bit about what you do, and David as well.
So, other than being a kaiju fan, so me and David, what we do filmmaking, which is something we've done for a good while since I started doing filmmaking probably 10 years ago. So since
I've been doing it for 15 years since high school.
We've been doing it for a lot, but honestly, we just do filmmaking. So basically, we like to create movies or shorts or even like skits, anything that really tickles the fancy.
Yeah, anything that gets us being creative.
Very cool. Creative is always good.
Oh yeah.
And then have you guys ever seen the deleted ending to Frankenstein Conquers the World?
Is it deleted ending?
That's
Yes.
I have actually.
I have not. I did not even know that existed.
Yep.
If you look it up, because that's the one I think he's talking about, the giant octopus where he fights the. Oh my.
Yep.
Dude.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up later.
Let's see. Les Walker saying Godzilla vs. Mecha G 93 is his favorite.
That's a good one.
Original 54.
Yep.
Destroy all monsters. Can never go wrong with Damn.
Nope.
And then whatever one is before me. And then, Les saying the octopus scene. So yeah. So originally, after Frankenstein defeats Baragon, what happens is he gets sucked into the earth. Like there's an earthquake and a tremor, and then he basically just falls, and that's it. We don't necessarily know if he ever survives or what.
Right.
The deleted ending, octopus kind of shows up out of nowhere. It's like a total like, okay, just went from fighting this, and now all of a sudden there's an octopus, and then it like drags him down, and then that's literally it.
No real fight or nothing. Just get
All right. Well, I know what I gotta look up later to see, because now I gotta check this out.
I think it actually might. If it's not on this disc, I know it's probably on. Yeah, it does have it in this release that I have, so we can actually watch it after we're done.
Experience
Okay.
So you'll actually get to see it.
Awesome.
I can't remember. I think it's on this disc because the first disc is just the Japanese feature. So it is on this disc, luckily. So we'll be able to check that out. And yeah, if you guys haven't, though, of course we can't show it. So of course, if you have not seen the alternate ending or the deleted ending to Frankenstein Conquers the World, definitely look it up. It's interesting. It's fun because it's tokusatsu, and at the same time, you're going to be like, okay. And then they used that octopus in the King Kong flick, didn't they? Yep. The King Kong flick, of course, there was the giant octopus in the opening of War of the Gargantuous, which is technically the sequel to this movie. But War of the Gargantuous also works as a standalone film on its own. Let's see, Gojira851. He likes to pretend it's Odaka, the giant octopus from King Kong vs. Godzilla, and War of the Gargantuous. Just glued between films. It's all the same giant octopus. That's kind of fun to think about, for sure. Why not? And then Les saying that, yeah, it's a good idea. So, so Iron Fist Productions. You want to kind of go in about that and talk about the movies that this guy's done his own movies, folks.
Yeah, because I think the movies that we've done so far is Libertadores one I did in college actually. We did Garcia. We've done Garcia 2, which is one we premiered in December. Let's see. We've done like just many short films. We've done Star Wars fan films. We've done the Star Wars fan films we did was Reign of the Empire, the Light of Hope, and we just dabble like any genre that really tickles. Because right now I think the one we're looking at is hopefully we're making the sequel to Garcia 2, which is Garcia 3, which is the one that we're writing right now. And another one that is called Deadly Prey, which is also in the pre-production stage, and hopefully those are the two that we have in mind. And
He's forgetting about we actually do have a short romantic comedy in production right now. It's called The Moment.
True,
so
yeah.
we're currently filming that right now. We hope to get that done. We were hoping to get it done by Valentine's Day. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, but we'll get that out as soon as we can.
Very cool. Very cool stuff. That's awesome. And then you've also done a little bit of stop motion, if I'm correct,
yes,
also?
because I recently am dabbling into stop motion, which I did with my SH Monster Arts Godzilla from 2004 Final Wars. And I was like, oh, I'm going to play around, let's try it. And I was like, oh, that was fun. So I started playing with that right now, and hopefully do another one, hopefully soon.
Oh, we will.
Very, very cool stuff, you guys. And then, if I am correct, you guys have also done work out at Old Tucson.
Yes, we did. We had one of our mentors, our acting mentors, actually shot a feature film there called The Righteous 12, which we were extras in. So we got to shoot at Old Tucson, Mescal movie set. What was the other one? I know there's a few other ones.
We shot at Key Laku Park over down in 3 Points, and they shot part of the movie over in Gammon's Gulch and in Tombstone.
Cool.
But being able to, we were filming in Old Tucson, in spots where John Wayne was, Clint Eastwood. It was just incredible to know that pioneers like that in our industry were there. It's like I'm walking the same roads that they walked.
Even the
It's
mind blowing to me still that I did that.
That's really cool. Very great stuff, you guys. Alright. Les saying he wants your hat.
We can start an auction for that.
No, that's my hat.
Starting at $75.
It stays with me.
Les asking, can I show footage from your guys' films? I wouldn't see why not. That could be something possibly in the future if I end up getting,
Sure.
I can either pay you or whatever for some hard copies.
Unfortunately, I don't think we can for Garcia 2 since our distribution
Oh,
contract.
not that one. We still have the other current
But
ones.
the other ones we could definitely.
Oh yeah,
can.
definitely.
Okay, yeah, cool. So that could be something that we could do in the future for Kaiju Chill O'Clock. That would be really cool to show. And then, there you go, Godzilla Train 1090. That would be cool to see. You know, anybody who's here who's interested, can you tell them where they can, find any of this stuff?
Yeah. So if you go into YouTube, you can look up Iron Fist 01 Productions. You'll either see my face on my own channel, or you'll see the Iron Fist logo, which we have the trailer for Garcia 2. We have I don't have the promo up yet, but I have a promo coming up soon. Hopefully, I'm gonna put on the channel.
We also have the original Garcia movie on that channel.
Yes, and we have the trailer for my short film. We have you just have like all the stuff that we've done till this point. So most of the stuff will either be on my official channel or the actual Iron Fist one, which I'm trying to add all the other content on that we haven't posted on my channel.
Very cool. And that's Iron Fist 01.
Yes, Iron
So
Fist 01.
that's Iron Fist 01, you guys. Check it out on YouTube. Believe there's also an Instagram page.
There's an Instagram page,
and then
there's a
Facebook page as well. So Iron Fist 01, you guys. Check them out. Give them a
Apostrophe 01.
apostrophe 01. Okay.
Yes.
So definitely check them out, you guys. Give them a like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is. You know how we always like to. There we go. I think that's pretty much how it is. Thank you, Les. So give these guys your support. It's one thing that's almost becoming a thing with Kaiju Chill O'Clock is I'm helping a lot of local people, reach out to a bigger audience in some way. Even though it may not be just a few people, but hey, word of mouth. Word of mouth goes a long way.
You'll be amazed how far that can get.
Yeah.
So, really happy that you guys are here and we're able to talk about all that stuff.
Yes.
So, but yeah, so Alex has been here before. This is David's first time here at the Godzilla Fan Freaks headquarters. And
if you haven't been here before, I'm just gonna say it's incredible back here. I literally lost my mind walking through here earlier.
I pretty much told Alex, like, you told this guy, like, to be ready for, like, a really big hit of dopamine, right? Because...
Yep.
Didn't tell me a damn thing.
Surprise!
Kind of just like, hey, take a look at this, and it's like, oh.
But no, that's good. You know, it's that's one thing that I do enjoy about doing this is that the people who do enjoy it and appreciate it, you know, it puts a smile on your face. It makes you just have all the good feels. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I'm able to do that with people, and again, the festival. These guys were at the Tucson Kaiju Festival in 2019, and they are looking forward to it.
Really excited for this year's festival. I'm so glad it's back.
Yes.
Oh yes.
And then Alex is on the team. He's actually going to be doing some like stop motion, like little promo videos for the festival as we get closer. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna be fun little projects that I've written down. Because I haven't think a few I've written down so far, so I'm excited to start making those and having those ready for you.
Very cool.
If you want, I do have a Bambi doll. We could recreate Godzilla vs. Bambi.
There you go.
I didn't even think about that. I'm so down.
And then you just got a subscriber on YouTube. Looking forward to seeing your stuff.
Sweet.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Sweet. There we go. Thank you, Les. And yeah, so guys, like always, a little slow to start in the show here, but again, thank you for being here with me, Godzilla Fan Freaks Live, for Kaiju Chill O'Clock, episode 35, The Graveyard Shift. Again, got some special guests, Alex and David here with me. We have Frankenstein Conquers the World on in the background, and we're just talking and chatting, having a good time. Any questions for myself or these gentlemen, please feel free to ask. And then they'll rally. Yes, they will. Yeah, there's been a lot. This has been a long time coming to bring the festival back, and I'm really glad that I have you guys as well as others who are just very supportive and just, again, it just blew my mind the first time it happened in 2019. And again, if you guys didn't see the stream that I did with the Monster Report talking about the festival, you heard it from Yosh, you heard it from Christopher, and Chris, Goji Fan 93, how fun it was. Gentlemen, is there anything you would like to say, just so it's also just like, proof is in the pudding kind of thing?
Honestly, the way I'll say is that it's kind of good to have an alternative to G-Fest, because I've been to G-Fest, last time I was in G-Fest was 2011, so it's been a real long time since I've been there, and it's kind of hard, especially when it's not anywhere close, and taking either a train or a plane just to go there, it gets pricey. So to have one that's local and close to where you're at makes it easier, and it's also pretty cool. It's like, oh wow, there's a lot more Godzilla fans here too. Oh, well, that's even cooler.
I will say that for me was really cool seeing a bunch of other Godzilla fans there. And I've never been to G-Fest, so for me it was like, oh, so this is just a mini version of G-Fest? I can only imagine how big that is, but this is cool in itself, and the fact that it's local makes it even better.
Yes.
So I just want you guys to know, appreciate the support. David, if there's anything that you want to offer to help out with or help Alex out with or anything like that, feel
he knows
free.
I'm helping him out with the stop motion stuff. I've done stop motion in the past, so.
Very cool. So yeah, we're going to make it bigger, better. Again, we're looking at possibly multiple days and couldn't ask for anything more. You know, perfect big space for it too. We're going to be having panels, vendors, artists, all that good stuff. So, just want you guys to know I appreciate the support and I appreciate the hype, the hype build for it too. Because again, that made me feel good as a person that it succeeded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like one of the worst things that you think about the first time ever doing something like that is how well is it going to be received, and I was just blown away at how well it was received. I couldn't have asked for a better turnout. And you guys were just part of that, so thank you. Thank you both so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, what do we got? Les, I really hope I can make it out there. He is in North Georgia, so it's quite a commitment, but I sure want to meet you guys. Les, that would be cool, man. And then it would be no closer for him than Chicago because of where he's at. Yeah. And then, let's see, Les asking, do you guys do all original animated figures, characters, etc.? Like with what you work with or anything like that?
Actually, I have an original kaiju I had in mind. I'm talking to this Instagrammer. I've been talking to for a while. I think it's Kaiju David fan art, I believe his name is, and he creates all these custom figures, which hands down, that's talented by itself. I would not have been able to learn how to do that. So I'm actually gonna have a commission with him, or I'm gonna have him create my own Kaiju character as a figure. So I can possibly, hopefully, once that happens, I can actually have that be in my stop motions, not just only Godzilla, and hopefully we can do other original characters too if everything lines up. You never know.
Yeah.
So are we going to be seeing your original character battle Godzilla or team up with Godzilla?
Wait, what?
Your original character, when you get him, is he going to be battling Godzilla or teaming up with them?
That's the way I see it now. You know.
Very, very cool. And again, gotta give a shout out to Yosh over at Leaf Claw Studios. You guys might see it above my head. That is the finished Jet Jaguar piece that he did. Is actually being quite blinded by my green light above it, but that's okay. But you guys have original kaiju ideas and you want them to be incorporated into something as such. Yosh and I are creating our own universe of kaiju. That way we don't necessarily have to eventually take shots and maybe get in trouble with somebody that starts with a big T. Toho.
Not Toho, but
we love them,
yeah.
And they are strict.
Yes. So, but Yosh has some original kaiju ideas, and then if you have anything, definitely shoot them your way. What we've been kind of doing so far has been like combinations of animals. So his is shrimpanzee. It's a mantis shrimp mixed with a shrimpanzee.
That is amazing.
So
That is sick.
it has a lightning punch. I think he's working on eventually giving it like some type of a weapon. And then
I
mine,
gotta see that.
That sounds awesome.
and then mine is it's a rhino mixed with a great white shark.
That's
and we've kind of come up with a name called Rhinodon, kind of mixing Megalodon and Rhino together.
Okay.
And it kind of sounds like the Pokemon name Rhydon a little bit, but that's where you have the Rhinodon in there. But
that seems cool, but also seems like something sci-fi would create to battle another monster.
yeah.
Yeah, they have a list of bad monsters. But it's so funny, especially with the sci-fi movies, they can be so bad, but they sometimes come up with some really interesting monsters if you think about it.
Yes, they do.
Except for Sharknado, that one was just a whole new...
Hey, the first one wasn't bad. I enjoyed the first Sharknado movie.
Yeah, but Sharktopus...
Hey, whale wolf, okay?
That was the shark.
Let's see, Les, which version of Godzilla? So, Les, are you asking which version of Godzilla is their favorite? If so, what is your guys' favorite version of Godzilla?
62.
62, my man.
I have two. So, again, the first one, of course, will be my 89. Let's see, and I think the other one, I will have to say is Godzilla 2000, just because his design was completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Especially how long his spikes became. His dorsal fins were even bigger than before. I was like, oh god, that really could stab you.
They were terrifying.
Because they were. Must have really hurt falling back though. Not bad. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, those fins did not seem like they bent very well or anything.
No, absolutely not.
Let's see, and then Les Walker just saying, go Yosh and good on the names. Yes, and what we're actually doing is, for the kaiju that we are designing, me and Yosh are also planning on doing what kind of Toho did. We're going to have like a Showa era version of our kaiju, and then you have more of like a Heisei style, and then like a Millennium. So it's like it's more or less going to be the same design, but changes.
Change it up a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we're planning on doing. We definitely want to plan to make like some type of a comic out of it as well. So yeah, any kaiju ideas, make sure you send them to Leaf Claw Studios.
But I still have the picture. I believe he's on DVR. Frank Park. He's a great artist. He makes I'm trying to remember his original kaiju thing. I think Rokus, something like that. He made his own little kaiju, and it looks freaking phenomenal. He does some great work. He's like, I put him on par with Matt Frank, especially with the way they create art. And so one day he actually made my character in his style, which looks freaking phenomenal. I have that somewhere still saved, but and even him, like, he made phenomenal art, especially his kaijus. The design is crazy. It's almost like if Godzilla had a horn, a really big horn, and a lot of armor on him. Like he looks vicious.
Yeah, let's say that's a stabbing Godzilla right there.
Pretty
Because
cool.
he had that Joseph one, just a bunch of armor. That's
Yeah.
scary.
That is scary. And let's see here. We got the monster report. Nick Adams is in the house. What's going on? Let's see. Everybody just saying hi to each other. That's what I also love to see. You guys we all come together as a Kaiju family. That's what's up. But yeah, Nick said I'm here. You can get started now.
It's a party now that Nick's here.
But yeah, no, you guys, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to atomic blast that like button, please. It definitely helps out the show, helps out the algorithm, and all that good stuff. And just thank you for being here. Anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. And Nick Adams actually just hit Frankenstein in the back of the head with a chair, and he did not like that. And then this Frankenstein likes shiny things.
He was unaffected by that chair shot.
Oh, he did not care. He was like, really, dude? Okay.
David, imagine him in wrestling. He will be the best.
No, sell every single chair shot.
There you go, Frankenstein versus the Demon King.
Oh God.
Oh, man.
There you go.
That would be ridiculous. But thank you guys for coming over. Thank you guys for being here.
Oh, no problem.
And you know, we're just, these guys are watchers of the show as well. They're fans of what I've been doing as far as the channel goes and everything else. And it's just nice to have our own little community. We got the AZG Force. One of these days we're gonna have to get a good amount of the AZG Force group together.
Yeah, we got to do a big meetup.
Like a big meetup or something. That'd be a lot of fun. That would be so much fun.
Yes.
Of course, something will probably happen with the festival because Chris is going to run an AZG Force table there. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. Arizona has our own Kaiju group, you guys. So if you're in Arizona, only Arizona. Sorry if you're not. We don't accept outsiders. But there is AZG Force on Facebook. So if you're interested in joining another Kaiju group and you live in Arizona, it's a good way to get in touch with everybody who's local. Easier to meet up with people, chat with them, hang out. Who knows? Anything is possible. Let's see. How's the weather during November in Tucson? You know what? Tucson weather in November is not bad.
No,
It's not seriously cold yet. It's on the verge of getting there, and
yeah, it tends to be in the mid to low 60s at that time.
Yeah, so it's short and flip flop weather.
Yeah,
it's no snow. We don't get snow down here, and if we do, then it's a miracle.
Yeah, which we did actually a couple weeks ago. We got, or a week ago, or it very little flurry.
I was gonna say it flurried at my place, but none of it touched the ground. It melted prior to hitting the ground.
Yeah, it just melts immediately. But so there you go, Nick. Yes, the weather here is really nice. Again, you're looking in the 60s, possibly 70s, roughly.
Granted, you'll see every native probably breaking out their parkas around that time because we get cold easily.
Yeah. And then let's see here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Let's see. Les is also saying he does kaiju, I guess he does modeling and whatnot too. So that's really cool. And then Les saying there's nothing orientated in northern Georgia. Man, you got to get a group going because I know there's a lot of collectors out there in Georgia. I know a few of them. Got to get a group going for just Georgia. I feel like every state should have their own kaiju Facebook group.
Reach out because you never know who you could find.
Yeah, or you could be the one that creates it. There you go. And then and then Nick saying, "I'm talking to a Hoosier. Gets crazy cold here. Mid 60s is beautiful." Well, you're in for some beautiful weather then, Nick, when you come down.
Oh yeah.
And then Les said maybe in Atlanta, and Les just saying true. Hey, it doesn't hurt to try it. Try to get a community going. Where you live. It's one of the things is it's always just fun to sit down and talk about these things with other people.
Oh, yeah.
It's you could talk about it for hours. I mean, look what we do here, right?
It's a fun way to spend a Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is. It's a very fun way to spend your Friday night. But 7 people on in here, 5 likes, you guys. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, we're just chilling and vibing. Again, we got Frankenstein Conquers the World. Lovely matte painting backgrounds, you know. That's one thing I loved about Toho is like for massive backdrops and stuff like that.
It looked incredible.
It was just it was just an artwork piece.
Yes.
You know. And you got this guy.
David, I don't know what, but we gotta make you have a look like that for a movie, where you have the bald head, just the hair on the side.
I mean, I know I'm standing on top and that's going to go, but I still got a long ways till that happens.
Let's put it away. We're fine. Just put like a ball cap and everything. We can get it done.
We're talking about the German scientist guy in Frankenstein Conquers the World right now when they go to visit him, and he's just, yes, okay. Yeah, you think you found Frankenstein, isn't that right? We're talking about that guy. And then Les just saying, amen, Monster Report. And then, great movie, great choice. Yes, it is. And then Les saying, mystery of the ball cap. But, you know what? One thing I've learned about doing Kaiju Chill O'Clock is that this War of the Gargantuas, at least with these 2 movies, they're like reoccurring on the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there was one episode of Kaiju Chill O'Clock that I did this on. I watched it in the background.
I think you did. I
And then Yosh came over another time and we watched it. And now here's this time we're watching it again. So you definitely have Kaiju fan favorite films here on Kaiju Chill O'Clock for sure. So, you guys, thank you guys so much. I did some lighting things. I don't know if it shows in here, but it's a little bit brighter from what I can tell. And Gojira851 saying Baragon versus Gyra. Dang. That's tough because I really like Gyra. He's my favorite of the Gargantuas. But I'm gonna have to go Baragon.
He has powers.
Yeah. I like Baragon too much. So I'd have to go Baragon. I'm rooting for Baragon. What about you guys?
Let's see. Gyra versus Baragon.
I'd probably have to go Baragon too, but I'll be cheering for the sidelines from a distance because you know that there's gonna be casualties there. So.
Oh, especially a Gyra. Oh,
yeah, exactly. I'm like, you know what? I'll watch from afar.
At that point, I will have to I'll try to root for Baragon just to win because I want Gyra to win.
He'll have the more chance to eat you.
That's the point.
Yeah. Hence, watch
Get
him.
rid of the big turn. Well, let him
Watch from afar.
Right.
And then Monster Report. I gotta show these guys the trailer that you did for Frankenstein Conquers the World. I will. If you guys don't know, Nick Adams, he runs the Monster Report channel.
Okay.
He's almost at 100,000 subscriber mark. So if you guys aren't subscribed, go give him.
Subscribe on both of my channels.
I'll subscribe later on today.
There you go, Nick. So we're gonna get you closer to that 100,000 mark. But what Nick does, one of his traits that he's known for, is he does modern trailers for like older films. So he takes a lot of these. He's done a lot of the older Toho Showa Godzilla movies and stuff like that, and he's made trailers, but they're modern. So think of like a modern day trailer, but for a movie like this.
So does he have one for the original King Kong vs. Godzilla?
Yes.
So you got to do that.
I gotta check that one out.
Hello.
Exactly.
Well, I will definitely send videos your guys' way.
Oh, I
That way you
appreciate
can
that.
check it out. But yes, that is one of the things that Nick has done. He's done movies for these. He's done the Masters of the Universe '87. That's just one of his things that he really likes to do.
That's cool.
Is he recreates trailers for the modern times. And then Les saying they rock. Second kaiju movie I ever saw was Gargantuas. It terrified me as a kid. Same.
Yeah,
A
not
really
gonna
good
lie.
movie.
Not gonna lie, it was pretty terrifying.
Gyra was scary.
He was.
Especially when he just reaches in and grabs that lady and he's literally just...
Yeah.
I was not expecting that at 6 years old.
Yeah. So no, it was terrifying. And then Godzilla Train saying Baragon, Les saying Baragon, yes. And then Monster Report, Gyra, gotta be different.
Okay, there you go.
I like the reasoning.
It's like, I want to be different. Okay.
St. Butter's coming in with a question. What movie would you pick to introduce new people to the Showa era? The Showa era. You know what? To introduce people to the Showa era, like a new fan, I'd probably go. You know, Sea Monster. Godzilla versus the Sea Monster. You get a good range of everything in that movie. I feel like you get a decent human element for a story.
Oh yeah.
You get the Godzilla Kaiju action. It's kind of set in a different setting where it's like on an island, so you kind of get a feeling of that first.
Yeah.
But then you also get a little bit of like city-like destruction when Godzilla goes after the red bamboo. So, and then of course Mothra's thrown in there. And then, of course, you got the best kaiju of all time, the giant condor. So, you can't go wrong. So that's the movie I would pick to show to somebody new to, here's kind of what you can expect from the Showa series, because it has different elements, and it's a really colorful film, too. So...
that is a good one.
What about you guys? What to a new fan, what Showa movie would you pick? I think I know what your answer would be.
It's gonna be my favorite one. It's King Kong vs. Godzilla. Yes, it's campy, but I love it, especially seeing King Kong being lifted with helicopters and balloons, and then him shoving a tree down Godzilla's throat. I mean, come on, you can't beat
Hey,
that.
this is the sound of brush his teeth.
Pretty much. Brush your teeth. Your breath stink.
Use a little. Let's see.
What about you, Alex?
Sure. I think Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, would be my pick. Just because, one, you get not only just Godzilla, you get Mothra, you get Rodan, and also you get I'll say, in my opinion, one of Godzilla's most feared opponents, King Ghidorah, hands down.
Yeah.
So, I would say, because you get the first movie with Ghidorah, so why not go that one?
Let's go.
Very cool. Perfect. So, St. Butters, you got all three of our answers. Those are the movies that we would pick to show a new fan kind of elements of the Showa series. That's what we would pick to show them. And I've said it once, I've said it before to a lot of just new people in general, you gotta watch the Showa series movies. Because this is kind of like where all this stuff came from. You gotta respect, all that original source material. Again, they may be campy, they may be a little cheesy at times, but you know what? At the end of the day, this is what a lot of us grew up loving. That was my introduction to Godzilla, was the Showa movies.
Same.
And out of all the eras of these movies, I enjoy the Showa the most. I find myself rewatching Showa more than Heisei, Millennium, Reiwa, any other series. I just love the Showa series so much. It's where it all came from. Without the Showa series,
None of us would be.
none of us would be here. And then Gojira851 saying almost 100K to the Monster Report. And then Les saying Gyra under the water, looking up at the boat.
God.
Yeah, that's terrifying right
Yeah.
there. Let's see here. Just about 25 short of 95,000 subs. There you go, Nick. You're going to get there, man. If anyone's going to do it, it's you. And then Les saying introduced to the Showa era. He would say 1964 Godzilla versus Mothra. That's a
really
solid
good
one.
Yeah.
That's a solid one. And then let's see. Okay, here's another question. Godzilla Train 1090 asked, Godzilla as a villain or a hero? What do you like better? I gotta go hero. I like Godzilla better as a hero.
I think I'm in the middle because I like him. There's a lot of times when he's the hero is freaking great.
Mm-hmm.
But other times where he's the villain, Godzilla just brings something to as the villain. And I think that's why I'm like, I have to be in the middle because I think I like him both as a hero and a villain. Because he does, no matter if you put him as a hero or villain, you can make anything of him work in that story. So I think have to go middle, hands down for both.
That's a tough one because the original one, he was terrifying.
Yeah.
He was absolutely terrifying in that one. And then it was funny because it's with the newest version of Godzilla vs. Kong, where you thought, oh, is he going back to his villain roots? And it turns out, no, it actually wasn't. But even then, with his battles with Kong, that first one on the carrier, it shows how vicious he can be when he's not getting it, when he wants something done. It just shows, okay, he means business when he's out in this villainous type role.
But remember too, even when he was the hero when in Godzilla King of the Monsters, he definitely was for Ghidorah. He was showing as much as he wasn't holding back when it came to Ghidorah.
Yeah,
no, he wanted to end Ghidorah.
Well, not just that, but too, also the 2014 one where he
the Mutos, yeah,
the kiss of death.
Yeah, the kiss of death. I mean, that was a hero. Okay, that's terrifying. But I gotta go lead probably a little more towards villain.
Okay.
I like the villains a little bit more.
Okay. So you got straight up hero, you got villain, and then you got kind of in the middle. He's 50-50. So there's our answer.
It's truly a three-heads of Ghidorah with that answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Gojira 851, either Gojira or Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 74 to show to a newbie. Okay. And then Les saying Sea Monster, island stuff, I guess. And then Mothra versus Godzilla is what Godzilla Train would show to somebody. And then Gojira 851, he's island stuff. And then Monster Report, King Kong versus Godzilla is a good introduction to Showa. It keeps the attention.
It does.
It does.
Especially if you're trying to hunt down the Zipper and King Kong.
See now, Les, that was what I was thinking too. Les said destroy all monsters. 11 monsters! Yes.
Yeah.
You get a good variety right there.
It is a good variety.
But I almost feel like for a newbie it might be too much.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking too. Because again, you want to introduce them small, just get them introduced to a few kaijus. You don't want to throw an entire buffet at them.
Yeah, because then if you think again, destroy all monsters is like the Avengers of the Showa period, because you had all these monsters in the film for the first time, like together ever. So so you had all these other monsters who had their single films. You have Godzilla, you had Mothra, you had Rodan, you had Varan. You have monsters from Frankenstein Conquers the World. You had Baragon was there. Manda was there. Kumanga. He was there. Of course, then you have Ghidorah at the end. Minya. There'd be too many questions for an average, new person coming into it to be like, okay, this is cool, but I have so many more questions, and that makes me I don't want to say it doesn't make somebody enjoy it, but it sucks away that enjoyment because you're like,
okay, which one's that one? What was that new in the game? You're gonna try game one.
What is their power? What can they do?
Exactly. You're like, oh, that's
it's just, unfortunately, it's just too much. For a first time.
So destroy all monsters, I feel like would be definitely too much of an overload for new people. Let's see, 65 Ghidorah is good. Yep, that's Monster Zero. Can't go wrong with Monster Zero either. That'd be a good one. Monster Zero for a new fan would definitely give them that feeling of, okay, here's aliens. There's only 3 monsters. I can follow that. It's like obviously Godzilla and Rodan are monsters of the earth. Here's this monster, which apparently they've fought before. So now I got to see that movie.
It's true because then you're like, okay, I can catch that one.
That's definitely easier to follow. Would be easier to follow as a new person getting into it.
Yep. Let's see, Godzilla Train 1090. All Godzilla movies should be watched at least once so you know what you like. I agree.
Yeah, because then you figure out which ones are your favorites, which ones like, I was a kid, am I going to watch it again? Probably not, but which is the one you like.
Which unfortunately does include 98. You got to watch it at least once.
If you're going to go that route, you would have to watch 98. Which then, again, if you're on the downside of that pile, you would be a true Godzilla fan because you would not like it. I don't know if you guys really like 98 or not, or if we're all on the same page.
We're on the same page.
I don't, okay?
I'll blame you. If it wasn't Godzilla attached to it and it was its own little monster,
it'd be good.
It'll be fine. As a Godzilla one, it does
Absolutely
not
not.
stand out to what Godzilla was set before. Even though, yeah, Godzilla has campy and all that stuff, but it just
This
it
wasn't
didn't,
even.
it didn't earn the God title.
No.
This
As I was telling these guys earlier, that movie nearly turned me off of the Godzilla series in total. I didn't even want to go near a Godzilla movie for a few years after that because it's just left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, again, they talked about it too, that when they saw the Godzilla '98 movie, I think it was Satsuma, the guy that played Godzilla in the '90s.
yeah, he did not.
He walked out of the theater. He
couldn't even watch.
He was like, "That is not Godzilla. This
Yeah,
is not." He was upset, and he didn't even finish the movie. He
Yeah,
walked out.
The second they showed Godzilla, he left.
Yeah, because he just.
He couldn't take it.
Especially if that's literally the Godzilla right after you just did your little Godzilla run. I get that part too. You're like,
Oh yeah,
I love
and
this.
especially with how hyped it was too.
Especially you're like, oh, Godzilla, he's coming back.
I mean,
and
we all
you go
remember-
from Godzilla versus Destroyer to now '98. You're like, no.
I mean, we all remember seeing the commercials for it, the Happy Meal toys,
Taco
associated
Bell.
with-
Yeah.
the Taco Bell toys associated with it.
Freaking
It's
with the
just like-
Taco Bell dog trying to
It's like,
capture
it's
it.
like, oh, this is gonna be so great. So, oh, what happened?
He's like, I'm so hyped for you. What happened?
And then the ending too with the eggs.
Yeah. Well, at least we are all in agreement, though, that the cartoon that followed
Yeah.
saved it a little bit.
It saved it a bit. I wouldn't say it saved it 100%, but it made it better.
Yeah.
Got some interesting kaijus in that one too.
Yes.
Yeah. The cartoon series is kind of what it would have been cool to see, like a series of movies, including Godzilla '98, that were basically the cartoon series in like a movie form. That's what they should have did.
Yeah, I should have gotten that wrong.
That would have gotten a lot better. What's the word I'm looking
Reception?
for? Reception. There you go. I wanted to say regulation, and I knew that was not right. Let's see. Les Walker. I'm going to try to catch up on your guys' comments. I'm sure we're falling behind. I think there's a buttload. So let's see here. Les Walker, the Japanese opening of Godzilla vs. King Kong, the amazing music. Showa had the best scores. Yes, I love the
Hands
music.
down.
And then Gojiri51 said, well said, train. And then Monster Report, dad joke alert. How do you keep a goofball in suspense all day? How do you guys what do you guys think the answer is to that? Nick always comes in with the dad jokes. How do you keep a goofball in suspense all day? I don't know. There might be an answer down below here. Let's see. Les Walker said, villain with hero overtones. That's what he likes it for Godzilla. Okay. He likes where it's like Godzilla's. That would be more or less, I guess, neutral.
Yeah,
You know.
it's more along the lines of Alex's answer.
Which is kind of what he was in the Heisei series.
Yeah.
Like he was a hero, but then he was also like, yeah.
He did things to benefit himself.
Let's see. Joanne Castro said Godzilla is a hero.
Hey, that's my mom.
And then Monster
Oh,
and
yeah, that was your mom.
Oh,
that commented.
that's your mom.
I was like, wait, I know that name. Hold on.
Hi, Joanne.
Very cool. And then Monster Report says the answer. He'll tell you later. Okay.
That's how you do it. Okay. Smart.
And then Saint Butters. Who's the greatest villain? 54, 84, or Shin? Which is, so out of those three Godzilla movies, where is he the best villain played? That's
a tough one.
because you're talking about three different eras.
Three totally different Godzillas there.
I have to say 54. Because in 54, there were certain scenes where he deliberately, like, went after and, like, fired on people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He deliberately went after the humans in that.
So I want to say 54, but then he also did that with 84 when he picked up the train car and everything like that.
He's there and he just dropped it right
That was pretty sadistic.
Yeah.
And then Shin, I mean, you can't. Again, it's really the music with Shin.
The music sold it for Shin. Personally, myself, I would go with 54 because I saw that one probably a week or so after seeing King Kong versus Godzilla. So seeing that version of Godzilla, and then also going backwards and seeing the evil Godzilla, terrified me. That was something I was not expecting at 4 years old. Because I was like, oh, he was this happy guy doing drop kicks, and now he's breathing fire on people. Okay.
Basically the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you have. What about you?
I'll go 54.
54?
As much as I love the Heisei series, I'm gonna have to go with the original because that's where it all started. Honestly, that's where his viciousness came into play. So yeah, hands down, 54.
Good picks. Good
he
picks.
hasn't really toned down his viciousness since then.
Oh no! It shows a little more.
I mean, sometimes it's gotten worse.
No, Bessie, yeah, it's like, hey, you think that was bad? Ha! I guess I did better.
Hold my beer, I'll top it.
Right?
There you go.
Hold my boodle, I got this.
But so there you have it. So we're all on 54 for that's when he was the best villain. Let's see, Godzilla Train saying, oh goodness, 84 for him. You know, a lot of people love 84. A lot of people love 84.
It is a really good one.
It's because 84 was one of those that people also grew up with. Like,
yeah.
For different age groups of people, there's movies that stand out because it's like, oh, okay, so you're part of that generation. Because I want to say for me, I'm part of the generation that grew up with Megalon. And, you know, like that was one that you hear a lot of people, hey, that was my first Godzilla movie, was Godzilla versus Megalon, because it was so distributed here in the States. It has like 4 different VHS cover releases, and it was just one of those movies that was like, it was active here in the States during that time. So that's why I think I grew up as Showa. But then you do have people who are like, I grew up with 84. You know, you have people who are like, they grew up with later Heisei stuff, maybe like King Ghidorah or Mechagodzilla. You have people who grow up with the Millennium films, you know, whether that be Godzilla 2000 or one of the Kiryu films. Those are really popular. People's first Godzilla movies were the Kiryu films. There's a group of generation that grew up and their first movie was Final Wars, you know, which is a wild ride if you're first getting into the series too. Final Wars, I feel like, would even be worse than Destroy All Monsters as the first Godzilla film.
Yeah, there's like there's way too many monsters I want to get into.
I would say that one's more of a, oh look, here you go, baptism by fire.
It's like, hey, monsters.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. St. Butters saying 11 kaiju and half of them have seconds of screen time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That goes for Destroy All Monsters and Final Wars.
There's only so much you could pack into an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Let's see. Godzilla Train is having a whole show dedicated to 98 in a few months.
Ooh.
Gotta represent it all. And then Gojira851 saying he saw 98 8 times in theaters. I tried. And then Les Walker saying villains for him between 54, 84, and Shin. 54 over 84, kinda. 54 over Shin, and then 54. 54.
Yeah.
All right. And then Les Walker saying 98. Okay. Right. Moving on. And then Gojira851, truth be told, I have become zen to 98. It is what it is. That's fair.
That's a healthy attitude towards it.
Again, you know, we may have different likes, different opinions on things, but one thing that I'm glad with the group of people that I know locally and over the internet is that we're never going to dog on you for what you like. If you like something, you like it, you know. Again, I'm not big on 98. I'm not big on Final Wars either. I don't know about you guys, but
I have a little thing for Final Wars a little bit. So I had this moment.
I enjoyed Final Wars. I thought it was pretty good.
I
wouldn't go out of my way to go see it if it's out playing in theaters. If at the time, sure, but if it's like, oh, I gotta make time, gotta make plans, yeah, forget it.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. You know, we're never gonna. There's no rude or toxicity with anybody that I know. So
there's no point to being rude or toxic.
No, there's no point.
As long as you like Godzilla and you have that thing for kaijus, you have something in common.
Yeah. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Flaunt it.
Let's see. And then Les said true, as a kaiju movie, 98 is fun. That's what my dad says too. My dad says the exact same thing that you said. Is that, you know what, if it didn't have the name attached to it,
pretty good.
if it was like Iguanodon or something. Okay.
Hey, even if it just said Zilla, I'll accept it.
Yeah. Which that's what he
That's
is.
actually his name.
Yeah,
That is his
that's
name.
his name.
Zilla.
But they would have just said it from the get-go.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Richmond, Wisconsin, 98 was, I thought, a good movie. However, Godzilla was a little strange looking from the norm. Yeah.
I think a lot of kids, because I have friends who, when they originally saw it in 98, again around 5, 6 years old at the time, were like, oh, it's good, it's good. And now as they're adults, oh man, what were you thinking saying that was good?
Yeah, Baragon's busting out of the mountain. I don't know about you guys, but I love Show of Baragon. I think he is
Baragon needs
just...
more love, to be honest.
He does. He does need more love.
I know that it took from all the way from the show all the way to Millennium just to get him back again, which I kind of wish they did more Baragon, because Baragon's a really cool looking kaiju.
He's a cool kaiju.
He is.
You know, he has cool abilities. Now, I will ask David this, because I think Alex might know. But I'll ask David. So, do you know GMK?
I've seen it twice.
Okay.
So
now Baragon's in that.
yeah.
Do you know what the original script idea was for GMK?
No.
Okay. So you guys are going to be able to see his first reaction, and I'm sure he's going to have the same reaction as a lot of other fans. So the original script idea for GMK, you're going to be so mad that they did what they did do. I'm going to tell you that.
Okay.
The original script for GMK was supposed to be Baragon, Anguirus, and Varan against Godzilla. Not Mothra and Ghidorah. They kept Baragon, but they put in Mothra and Ghidorah because they were more well known, and they would make the more money.
I get why they did it. I understand why they did it, but come on.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that actually? If you look at the design of Ghidorah for that one, actually in his face, they did take inspiration from Varan. That's why.
When we go in the Kaiju Cave here, well, I can show you.
Yeah, like
okay.
he literally
show
has,
you
you just look at
exactly.
the design, hands down, they just.
You see Varan in
So
there.
technically, he was there.
So he was in.
He was there.
Design wise.
So Ghidorah was living vicariously through him.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm here.
Les Walker said it's all in the chin. 98 had chin issues. Let's see, Godzilla Train. Can we admit that Godzilla 2004 was damn ex-murderer who gave zero shits about anything? Yeah?
Yeah, I can see that.
Don't forget to dock the scene in 84. Yep. The dock scene. Yeah, the dock scene in 84.
I forgot about that one.
And then 84, far more intent with his menace. That's a little true, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And 64 should be in the discussion as well, as he was a villain in 64 too.
Yep.
Biggest model of Godzilla he has is the old Inu Arts 54. Okay. Monster Report saying, he's like quoting it as a joke. Son, what's in the fancy beer mug on the mantle? Me. Well, that's your Uncle Frank. That's where he wanted his remains. It was his favorite beer stein. Oh, Nick. And then Les Walker agreeing with Godzilla Train 1090, 64 rocks. It looks fantastic too. Monster Report, he always said it would be funny. Never got why my son... Wait. What? Nick, how are you typing this, dude? He always said it would be fun. Never got why. Then son says maybe it's so he could be Frankenstein. Oh my god. I see. Okay, I see the joke he's trying to put together.
Yeah.
Okay, Nick, you need to stop. I almost can't comprehend these jokes.
They're like.
And then, sorry, I just passed that last one twice somehow. I was gonna say it showed up twice. I think that's what was throwing me off while I was reading it. So I'm trying to read like 2 comments at once because you guys are on fire. Slow down a little bit.
We're trying to catch up here.
Let's see here. Final Wars is too hype for my taste, says Les. We need more Gorosaurus.
That's another one, yeah, Gorosaurus.
Yep.
Actually, Varan too.
I would love to see Varan in the Monsterverse.
He needs love, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see him in the MonsterVerse.
Yeah. Let's see. Godzilla Train saying Final Wars is still ... for me. That's fair. That's fair. That's me too, man. Gojira 851 Shin Gorosaurus. Oh man, I don't know about that.
I don't know. Shin Godzilla was kind of a design choice. I don't know how going with Gorosaurus. That would be very.
I'm scared a little bit by that.
Godzilla Train saying, but we did need more Gorosaurus. Yes.
Yeah.
Remember that time Gorosaurus was doing Coca-Cola ads, says St. Butters? I don't.
I had no idea.
Hold on, I think I kind of.
All right, that's something to look up later.
And there goes the horse.
There goes the horse. Yeah, Baragon's
He's like, that's my horse.
That's that poor horse.
Baragon's eating the farm animals.
Not only did he smack it, he's like, no, my food now. That poor horse is like, I did nothing.
Les Walker says his wife says 98 is the comedy of all Godzilla films.
It's up there.
Hey, Tim, what's going on, dude? What's up, Tim? And then Gojira 851 saying that was crazy, St. Butters, and I do enjoy some Coca-Cola. Okay, so obviously there is Coca-Cola commercials out there. Gojira 851, if you can find those and send them my way, I've never seen that. And then Les Walker, hey, there's one. GMK Godzilla was a jerk. He was a nasty villain. Dang, that's true.
Yeah.
GMK was.
He brutally messed up Baragon.
Yeah,
too.
he did.
Smacked him. He's like, he stepped on him a lot too.
Yeah, he
was really enjoying the
him.
moment.
He personally went after him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Gojira 851 coming in with the messages. I see them, but we'll check those out after we are done. Let's see. Gojira 851. To me, Anguirus was around before them all besides Godzilla. Yeah, because Anguirus was Godzilla's first foe.
Yep.
Let's see. Asking what model kits. Hey, we've reached the bottom. Hey, and it's Jonathan. What's up, Lucy Collected? And then Jonathan said, "Settle down, I'm nobody."
You are somebody.
You are somebody. And going on into next topic, we have Fred now. He's going to be joining us on the Kaiju Couch.
And he's like,
he's like, oh no, not this again.
But something I will talk about briefly here is Alex came over bearing gifts, and what he actually brought over was a Playmates Shin Godzilla. So now I have this to unpackage and find a spot for somewhere in the Kaiju Cave. So Alex, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So I got another Shin to add to the collection. But on that note, as these people are just shooting at Frankenstein, and he's just like, guys, can you not?
I'm sleeping, leave me alone.
He's swatting the bolts like they're flies.
He's like, no, stop it, I'm trying to sleep.
And then Les just talking with Godzilla Train. Lucy Collected saying he needs that one. You'll find it. Actually, what I'm looking forward to from Playmates is actually when I saw the Playmates box, I was like, did Alex find one? And he knew. But I actually want to get Baragon.
Yes.
Baragon I want to get. So
I know, for me, I'm still looking for I think it was the Rodan and Gorosaurus. So I still want to have those.
I've seen.
I could not find my target. I went through all of them like, how?
I was see what we went through 8 different targets.
We went through 8 and we're like, where are you? Nothing.
Yeah, every now and then target's a shot in the dark. You might find something, you might not.
Yeah. The best way to put that for target.
Les saying cool Shin figure. And then Godzilla Train just saying to Les that he'd love to check out his collection and to see where to find them. So on that note, you guys, should we just take a gander in the Kaiju room, walk around for a bit, stretch our legs?
Oh, yeah.
Get a breather from the Kaiju Couch. Again, you guys, thank you for being here for Kaiju Chill O'Clock, episode 35, Graveyard Shift, with me, Godzilla Fan Freaks, and my 2 guests, Alex and David. We are going to take a tour through the Kaiju Cave. These guys can pick out some stuff that they want to maybe me to talk about, maybe where I got it. Ask me how much it was. I'm not going to have any shame telling you I spent $1,200.
To be fair, that is impressive, though.
Yes.
Worth every penny.
And then let's see. Jonathan says he saw Gorosaurus and regrets not buying it. Ouch.
I know, I'm still hunting that guy down.
Oh, that's rough.
Les, don't laugh. I finally got a Gorosaurus and a Baragon figure, the little Mezco figures. Hey, those Mezco sets, they're cool. I just feel they're a bit expensive.
Yeah.
They are a bit
I
expensive.
beat one, and I'm like, the price go down a bit more.
Yeah, just a little bit. You know, I feel like maybe 30, 35 bucks, maybe
Yeah.
40 for the sets would be
Yeah,
fair.
that'd be
Yeah.
But 100.
That's kind of steep.
Let's see, and then and then
Good for the collection.
Gojira 851. I have an odd question. Do you have the 30 centimeter Gorosaurus? If so, does its tail stay on well, or is it awkward? I do, and yes, its tail does not stay on very well. It's something with that mold. It doesn't have a good seal.
Hey, Alex, it's like those Space Godzilla minifigures we got with the
Oh
shoulders.
my god! Yes, the ones from the little bags we
Yeah.
you have to put together.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yes, that Space Godzilla, his arms just don't want to stay.
They don't want to stay.
They just don't.
But let me go ahead and rotate the camera so we don't have to worry about footage. And there we go. There's Snake Mountain. That's what I was just telling David. That was about $1,200.
Hey, it looks awesome.
But let me go ahead and unplug you guys here. And yeah, we'll go take a walk in the Kaiju room. Let me see here.
There's a David.
There's David.
What's up?
Let's see. When you go to the Kaiju room, are you going to wander over to the Motu? Yes, the new Motu figures I got. Yes. What?
I don't know.
Wild David on
But
David, there's a Wild David in the cave.
one thing I do want to talk about first as I avoid the TV,
Oh,
because footage. For those who follow me on Instagram, you might have seen me post about this. Check this out, you guys. That is a Godzilla vs. Gigan poster, but it is an original from 1972. It's my very first vintage poster. I framed this sucker as quickly as I could because it's like from how old it is, I gotta get it in something to help preserve it. But this is an original Godzilla vs. Gigan movie poster from 1972. It came from the Branch Toho Studios building in LA, California, that was there for about 60 years. And then when they recently closed down these past few years, my buddy Mike was over there and he was able to nab some of the stuff up. And this is something that he passed to me. So I got something else very cool, very special. And again, from 1972. Very old poster. The paper definitely has its age. It does have a little bit of wear there in the middle of the bottom, but still, regardless, it is in miraculous shape. So just had to show that off. Really awesome piece. Kind of one of those things like I'm shocked I have a piece of this history. Again, that poster is about 20 years older than I am. So, very, very cool. Lucy collected, yeah, the classics scale playset have eluded my wallet. Yeah, I'm sure they have, Jonathan. Les saying footage, Jonathan saying footage. And then Les saying, ah, man, it's a great poster. And then Godzilla Train said, great pickup. Thank you guys. Lucy collected. Yosh and me need to make a Kaiju called footage. Ooh, that'd be a good one. Make like a film, like maybe film that was touched by radioactivity and make it into a Kaiju. I have no idea.
That would be pretty cool.
Let's see. Yosh designed footage. Too cool. And then the poster rocks. Fantastic art. And then Jonathan saying, I'm killing it with these Gigan grabs. Yeah, even though Gigan's birthday was last year, all of a sudden I am. It's like tapestry, now this. Yeah, a lot of stuff. A lot of Gigan stuff as of lately.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. And then Reptile 7876, what's going on, buddy? So now we will take a walk over into the Kaiju Cave, which I finally got this all restrung now. And I'm trying a different light mode for everything. That way everything's kind of the same consistency. So this shelf is looking amazing. It's a lot more brighter over here in the corner, especially since I put a strip going down that edge. That was very fun to do. Again, there's that Gigan tapestry. See Les Walker, I have a painted... he's painted quite a few Gigans. That's cool, man. Very cool. And then Jonathan saying the footage monster could project illusions like a movie projector. It's almost kind of like a Mysterio type monster. That'd be interesting. Les Walker saying nice lights. And as we walk on through, ooh la la, there we are. But yeah, so I have everything running on a more like the same kind of setting for the light strips, because as you guys know probably before, these would literally just blink slowly. Now I have it all on kind of a fade because for some reason the consistency was bothering me, so even that one in the corner I have on more of like a smooth fade. So pretty much everything's running the same. And of course all of this lighting here is on a really slow fade just to really give, that way it doesn't hurt your eyes too much. But
It burns.
no, I love this room in here at night, you guys. That's all I can say. But any questions anyone has, anybody wants to take a look at a figure, if you guys have a question about a figure or figures, just to, so we got something that we can talk about.
Okay. Mega Gears.
Mega Gears, okay, we can talk about that. Jonathan, what year was the Gigan poster from again? 1972. And then Les Walker sits down, fills with envy, has no answers for how cool this room is.
I was like that earlier when I first walked in here.
Fernando Mazzo, what's Spider-Man doing in the middle of the Kaiju? He's just, dude, he's just randomly there. Like, I just thought it was a good spot. I mean, he's just chilling.
He's like, oh, these are old.
He's just hanging around.
Wait, did he pass the multiverse to this one, the Kaiju one?
Oh, maybe he's in this multiverse now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Spider-Man, well, there is the Japanese Spider-Man that's out there. So,
Oh,
and that was Tokusatsu, considering, because
True, yeah.
he had a Megazord type
So-
thing.
are we going to see Spider-Man versus Mechagodzilla?
Make a Spider-Man? This giant oversized Spider-Man?
Interesting.
And then Les saying a big Ghidorah. But let's get to Alex's question here. Yes, Mega Gears. So what do you want to know about it?
Where'd you get it?
This was a G-Fest buy. I believe it was G-Fest 20... I forget. I don't remember. It was a G-Fest buy.
Okay, still though.
And that is a theater exclusive Bandai. That is
Yep.
why he is colored differently.
Yeah, because they have the Godzilla one too.
Yeah.
That one I see.
So when the Godzilla movies would come out in Japan, they would have exclusive figures that you could get
Right.
when you would go see the movie. Of course, they would be limited quantities,
Yeah.
but
So you're able, you went G-Fest, you're able to get your hands on one.
yeah,
That is so cool.
that's a theater exclusive
Because of
figure.
G-Fest, yeah, that,
The Gamera that's
Yeah.
on the shelf out there that has the translucent orange hand, that's a theater exclusive Bandai. And if I remember correctly, I think I paid $60 for that.
that's
not bad.
No, that's not that bad at all.
Yeah. That way you know the whole spiel.
Yeah.
Les Walker saying, Big Ghidorah. Yes, that is the X Plus 25 centimeter Ghidorah.
That was the one I was going to ask about.
Then I
too.
have the GMK 25 centimeter Ghidorah. And then I have Bandai Grand King Ghidorah over there. So I definitely have a lot of Ghidorah stuff going on.
Speaking of Ron, there's your Ron.
Yeah, speaking of Ron, here, you want to go ahead, you can pick him up. So now here's what we were talking about, David.
See the face?
All right.
So you see his face?
See
I got to show the
Oh
camera
my
too.
You see the similarity right there?
You
Yeah.
see the side horns.
Yeah.
So that's where
The
they got
side horns are basically, so that's basically the Ghidorah heads. I want to say were probably Varan's head, and then they just
They just added two more.
added two more. But yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Basically, technically, I was there.
I wish it would have stuck with their original idea.
I know, right? Thank you very much,
That
good
is
sir.
cool. Beautiful.
But yeah, no. Figure of the year, just one from 2022. The Sea Monster set has conquered everything else. Yes. It is very well deserved. I love that figure so much.
Yeah,
I am
Godzilla versus Lobster.
I am so glad that I picked that up because a lot of people are kicking themselves that they didn't. Because now in the aftermarket, that thing's gonna be expensive.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
I do got one for you. The Space Godzilla up there.
Space Godzilla?
Yeah. Where'd you get that one at?
This here I actually got from BigBadToyStore.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got that Space Godzilla, and that's the 30 centimeter X Plus. And fun fact, down the line here, Tim is going to help me throw some LEDs in his body.
Oh.
And so we're going to get his crystals and
that
his
will be
spines to light up.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
So originally, that's the standard. The
Yeah.
Rick Boy exclusive of the Space Godzilla figure was a light up. But now Tim is getting really crafty with lights and everything. So now he's going to help me modify that
That is cool.
so we can put some lights in it. The challenge is going to be the horn on the top of the head.
Right.
But Tim's pretty confident we can get it. So,
I look forward to seeing the finished product of that.
yeah. It'll be a work in progress soon. But
No,
yes, so my
no,
Space
what you think
Godzilla
is
will
Sunny
light
Conqueror?
up.
Yeah.
Baragon.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
The horn sticks out.
Yeah, that horn is a dead giveaway.
Yep. But so yeah, that's gonna be fun. Can't definitely wait to see what it's gonna look like up there when
Oh,
it is
it lights
lit.
up.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool. But yeah, so that was a Big Bad Toy Store buy, and I believe that one was.
I love buying stuff.
I think that was like $350 ish. I think is what I got that for.
That seems about right. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going off the sheer size of it.
Yeah.
This is massive.
Let's see.
It was a massive threat.
He was.
If you want to go that route.
Jonathan saying so the Godzilla Gigan poster is about 3 years older than him. Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks for showing your age, Jonathan.
that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, he did that on his own.
And then Jonathan also saying Spider-Man's hiding. He's hiding and trying not to move or breathe.
I don't know.
He's just frozen.
I don't know if he's hiding because he's literally in plain sight.
Spidey is like spider senses tingling.
Don't move a muscle.
And then Les saying nice Megaguirus, and that Megaguirus is one of those kaiju that is hard to paint. I would imagine because Megaguirus is very rigid.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that's very difficult to paint. Fernando Mazo, who's the kaiju with the big mouth and the unicorn horn? That is Baragon. I believe you're talking about the latex hand puppet that I have back here. That is Baragon. That's the GMK Baragon to be exact. That was a G-Fest buy.
Was that made by Chris?
I don't know if it was Chris. It was a guy that did a lot of those latex hand puppets.
Because that may be Chris, because he always does the Godzilla heads and all that stuff.
Probably was.
Now I'm
him.
like, hold on, I know that. He said latex tape, wait
Yep.
a tick. That sounds like him, because he always does it with the tape and everything. So I'm like, damn, he come out really beautiful.
Oh yeah. No, and for as old as that is, it's holding together. It's starting to show its age.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not going to last forever. I know it is eventually going to fully deteriorate.
Oh, yeah.
But it's hanging in there. But that's also because I don't necessarily use it a lot.
Yeah.
In the past, I thought about wanting to incorporate it into the channel some way,
Somewhere,
like
yeah.
do something funny to where somebody off camera is like doing it, and then they're doing the voice, and it's like.
You just see it like as you're watching something, you just see in the background, Barry has his hand look up.
Sneak up on the gas. But at the same time, it's like, you don't want to take a chance of it falling apart either.
Yeah. Reptile 7876. What's my favorite monster arts that I have? I'd have to go 1962 Goji. That'd be my favorite Monster Arts. It's really tough though because I really also like the Space Godzilla.
He's really beautiful.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
Space Godzilla is still, to this day, by a lot of fans, one of the best Monster Arts that they've ever done. Let's see. Jonathan, I need to rig up some LED lighting for his vault. The Ghidorah head in GMK was a fuck you to Toho, says Godzilla Train 1090. Let's see. Les saying lobster's back on the menu, boys. I love that figure. It's
So is
so
that how you
cool.
prepare lobster then? You just have to throw it in the air,
You know,
slam it on the ground?
I've only had lobster a couple times, and quite frankly, they're more trouble than what they're worth.
All right, dude. I need you to prepare lobster, but Godzilla style.
All right, so then I gotta
Find one really big and just
slam it into a boiling pot of water.
Yes, gotta go King Kong status with that. Dude, there you go. Dude, oh, there goes lobster.
Les Walker saying Keylog saucers. Yes, I got one.
Nice.
That came with the Rick Boy, because that was the Rick Boy Ghidorah. So he came with the saucer, and then he came with the Fire Dragon from Destroy All Monsters. Let's see. Let's see. Jonathan talking about cutting costs, certain companies. Look what Motu did in the 80s. G.I. Joe stuff in the 80s. Loads of various action figures. They did reusable parts, molds. Les saying, I'm the old man here.
It's like, no, I am.
Nick Arts and Animations. What's going on, man? And then what is that cool looking 54 at the big Mechagodzilla's feet? Les, that is the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 54. And I will say, you know, SH Monster Arts, for what they do, they're pretty solid on their figures. I don't like all their stuff, but from what I've collected over the years...
No, I got the Final War one. That's the one I enjoy. I was like, too much.
See, I'm passing on the Final Wars one, but I do want to get the Monster X.
Yeah, he looks.
Yeah, the Monster
Yeah.
X looks pretty nice. And I don't have a Monster X in the collection. If you've noticed...
I don't have one either, so
if you've noticed what I did with my collection, the first year I went to G-Fest, I had a goal. And that was to get the 50th anniversary memorial box Godzilla Bandais.
Uh-huh.
And also catch up on getting kaiju that I didn't own
Yeah.
figures of. Because what I like to do is I like to have a representation, like at least one representation of each kaiju.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I got Kumonga, I got Manda, you know, there's Kamacuras, Baragon, Gigan Final Wars, Gigan Showa, you know, the different forms of Hedra, all that stuff. So that's kind of that's what my collection's based around is there's multiples of things because I really liked those figures, but just having one representation of every kaiju
that's a good one too.
is what I was going for.
It works.
That's awesome.
So anywhere you look or you ask me, hey, do you got this guy? I'm pretty much going to be like, yeah.
It's like
The only no's are Monster X and Kaiser Ghidorah. That would probably be two no's.
You have to get a Kaiser Ghidorah yet too.
That'd be
That's another
amazing.
one I'm alluding.
See that if you get a Kaiser Ghidorah, that's gonna be the okay. Where am I gonna put this one?
Let's see. Yes, Nick Art and Animations. What's up, man? And then Fernando Mazzo. You have any Ultraman stuff, or is it mainly Godzilla and Toho? I have some Ultraman stuff. Not a lot of Ultraman stuff, but I do. I got some figure arts down here. Tiga, Gaia, Mirror Knight, I believe is his name.
Mirror, yeah, that's Mirror Knight, yes.
Mirror Knight. And then I got Evil Tiga right here. I also have the Golza and the Gamora. I also have this little guy suspended right here, the Gutswing from Tiga. And then I have another Ultraman out here next to Biolante, which is the Bandai Tiga. And that's about it for Ultraman. Well, I actually have this right here from Seismic. That's a Jiras Sophobi. So I got some Ultraman stuff, of course. Not the biggest fan of Ultraman, but I do just have some select certain ones that I really like. Let's see. Nick, art and animations, Monster Arts versus NECA, which one? I've heard that question asked before. It's a hard one to answer, mainly because they're just two totally different. There's too many differences between them to really put.
Pick one,
yeah, because NECA's more affordable, less articulation, and less good looking of a mold. Monster Arts, you have really good sculpt, lots of articulation, but they are very expensive.
Yeah.
But then Monster Arts also tend to sometimes their joints are not always, the quality control is
loose.
Yeah, sometimes they're really loose. You'll have falling parts, missing parts.
I remember the NECA that Alex got me, the 62 Godzilla.
That
That putting in that tail was difficult.
I think there was I had that video where I'm like, get it out.
Yeah, because I tried it, I couldn't get it, so I was like, Alex, can you help me out with this? And it took him like another hour just to get it.
I was like, oh my god. I warmed it up with the water and everything. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't want to go in.
So,
but
both have their high points and low points.
Yeah, I would want to say Nick, art and animations. A better like competition, like contest for figure lines like that would be NECA or Bandai. Because they're a little more closer in price. As far as what I would pick out of that, I would have to pick Bandai. Of course, Bandai Japan. Bandai Japan just has beautiful molds, beautiful sculpts.
Yeah.
Granted, the articulation may not be as good as NECA because, again, you're just having that either arm, leg movement, maybe a joint in the waist, and that's it.
Yeah.
But Bandai figures are so cemented in Godzilla's toy history that if you don't love Bandai, at least some aspect of it, like, that's the bread and butter of Godzilla collecting is Bandai. It's like, you gotta love Bandai, you know? And if you like Playmates, and which is technically now Bandai America, which is Bandai Creations and all that other stuff, that's cool too, you know? But I am a Bandai Japan guy through and through.
Alright, no, they're good. They're good. There's a Ghidorah in here I wanted to ask about.
Okay, yeah, we can go back on in.
I think we were just here.
This one.
Okay.
Where'd you get this one at?
So that is the SH Monster Arts 91 Ghidorah, and that came from Amazon.
Okay.
That was back when the Monster Arts were still relatively new. They were coming out with all these different figures. You had the Godzilla 94, Mecha Godzilla 93. I think eventually there was this guy, there was the Rodan, there was the Burning Godzilla. Like, SH Monster Arts was just booming with their line.
Yeah, but they were just putting things out.
And anytime that a new figure would be announced, Amazon would put it up for pre-order. That was when it was like, it was steady enough and they were spread out enough that it was like, okay, I'm getting these. These are awesome, great figures to add to the collection. And then eventually they started with their endless reissues and repaints of so many different ones. And what I didn't like about that was SH Monster Arts started to just give us as collectors less, but we were paying more.
Yeah.
You know, and then if you would get an issue of a figure, you already know a year, maybe year and a half down the road, oh, they're going to come out with a special color version, or this one that has different color, but guess what? It also has accessories that the original one didn't have, and it's like, that's what we wanted the first time.
It's like when new video games get released. Oh wait, you want to beat the actual parts of it? Here's the DLC to go with it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so, and that was another thing I did to conserve shelf space when I moved, was I was like, you know what? For ones that fly, I'm gonna hang them up because why not? You know,
it looks amazing, especially with the
gravity beams.
The gravity beams coming out. It's again, you're not paying attention. Like, oh shit, where did that come from?
Yeah, and it's one of those things that some people may say it as like ruining a figure, but the way that I look at it is that's the way that Ghidorah is gonna stay from this point. To where it's like the only way I could get the gravity beams to stay in the mouth was to glue them. But you know what? I like the effect it gives off. I gave each of the heads a different like pose and direction because
it truly brings it to life, in my opinion.
yeah, and well, that's what Ghidorah always did in the movies.
Yeah.
Is when he was flying, he was raining down hell.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what he did.
That's why he's
Then of course I love how you got the Mega Ghidorah right here
Mega
too.
King Ghidorah.
I wish that he came with gravity beams because then when they reissued, I forget if it was the reissue of this. I think it was. They came out with the special color version, but it also came out with the poster gravity, like the poster colored gravity beams.
Oh.
Because the gravity beams in the poster for that, which is out in the other room there, the middle head has more of that bluish tone. So it's like we needed gravity beams with this guy too. Yeah. But that's just them again reissuing, putting certain pieces with other figures, and it's like I can't afford to double dip.
Yeah.
The only monster arts I ever double dipped with was the Mechagodzilla 93, which that's the original release, but they also came out with a later one that was like more chromish looking, and it came with the Garuda. So what I did was I kept the accessories from that kit because I wanted the Garuda, and it can still attach to the original. So that's what I kept, and then the Mechagodzilla I ended up giving away to somebody. Because I actually like that one more than the chrome one.
Right.
So that was the only time I ever double dipped on a Monster Arts.
Yeah, it looks better that way, honestly.
It really does.
If you're going to do Mechagodzilla 93, you got to have him Super Mechagodzilla represented at least once or twice in the collection. Like, I wish I got the Super Mechagodzilla of the X Plus, but you know what? I'm just fine with just the standard, you know. I still like the look of it regardless. Oh, let's see. Jonathan saying, back in a bit, for some weird reason, work expects me to do stuff and get paid. Let's see. Monster Arts 54 is incredible. Everybody just saying bye to Loosely. And then Les saying nice Biolante. Les saying cool shirt Alex.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see.
I think it matches that poster out
I
there.
ordered
Yeah.
for a reason.
Yeah.
I ordered for a reason.
I'm not too sure.
I can't put my finger on it, but
It looks familiar.
Les saying Bandai is the baseline that we all hold dear. Yes, it is.
It definitely is.
And then Nick said good answer. Les saying awesome 91 Ghidorah. Yes. And then Nick saying it's like a museum for Godzilla and geeks. Sick. Yes, that is basically what I did here.
it works.
There you go. Open it up, just charge up $5 per admission.
Yeah, right.
$5 to look at everything.
Tucson Godzilla Museum.
Let's see. Fernando Mazzo, the size difference between Ghidorah and Rodan is unbelievable. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Rodan Monster Arts is really, really tiny. Yeah.
And then, of course, you got the fighter plane right there.
Yeah. And, you know, that's something I wanted to do more of, but at the same time, that was really hard and very lucky to, like, balance.
Yeah.
To where I was like, you know, I don't know.
It's like, all right, you know, it has the one.
But I did want to do more dynamic stuff like that. One thing, I can't remember if I told Alex last time he was here, but one thing I wanted to do with the Gauss birds and then with their retrospective Gammas is those Gammas came with effect parts where they had the jet propulsions you can plug into them.
Right.
When I moved, somehow, some way, those have disappeared. But it's like, I don't lose stuff. And I'm like, they gotta be somewhere. And there's somewhere that there's somewhere I'm not thinking.
Yeah. it happens all the time because I recently moved a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago. And I'm looking for the Space Godzilla meeting we were talking about earlier. I'm like, I know it's somewhere, and I didn't move far, and I know I didn't drop it. It's somewhere in my world.
The abyss.
Yeah, that's how I go with.
Les saying Mecha King Ghidorah, my all-time favorite villain form, only if X Plus would do a 30 centimeter. X Plus has been like teasing a Mecha Ghidorah for years now. I don't know what's going on.
See, I wouldn't mind if he came back.
That would be cool.
Mecha Ghidorah would be cool.
Yes,
That-
the monitor. Yes.
I guess, remember, it was kind of teased. Whether it happens or not, we'll see.
Yeah, we can get a Mega King Ghidorah in the MonsterVerse episode now.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I can only imagine, considering how vicious he was in King of the Monsters, how much more he'll go.
Now,
that version.
yeah, it would be intense.
That or
Yeah.
Balgon. Ooh, who's that?
Destroyer.
Les said you did the same thing with your 93 mecha set. Hey man, great minds think alike. Nick's Arts and Animations says he's jealous and that it is so freaking cool. Thank you very much. Again, I do this because, again, you know, people need positivity. You know, I know what it's like to be on YouTube and you come across a collector's video.
Yeah, what
It puts a smile on your face at the end of the day. Like, yeah, you can be jealous, you can be this,
like you
whatever.
Kinda wish you had it, but it's cool to see it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that
cool
thing
to
was
see it.
beautiful.
It's a natural dopamine hit, and that just makes you feel happy. And that's why I do this stuff, is not only for my own enjoyment and because I love it so much, but YouTube, Kaiju Chill O'Clock, the Tucson Kaiju Festival. That's just my way to give back to people and just make people happy. You know, it's what I like to do. Godzilla Train 1090 saying Mecha King Ghidorah is a myth now. Okay. Yeah, because X Plus showed that prototype and then nothing became of it. So I don't know.
Did they actually show the prototype, or did we just dream it?
No, there's a picture out there of an unpainted, but I don't know what they were.
Like, it was laid back.
Who leaked it?
Nick's Art and Animation says he's probably going to be in Godzilla vs. Kong 3.
I'll be down.
Okay.
And then Godzilla Train saying X Plus will never release it. That's sad because so many people want Mecha Ghidorah from X Plus.
There you go. I know Alex would run for it.
You know what?
Yeah, Les says
I don't
too.
have a single X Plus in my collection.
That does think you'll go for it.
Oh, and see, Godzilla Train corrected me. There's not just one picture. There's two pictures out there floating around. But see, the thing with X Plus is I understand what they probably have to go through with certain figures to make them work. You know, like Ghidorah here. He was kind of a hot mess getting into people's hands. Like,
Yeah.
the necks were popping off and shipping, and there was a lot of QC issues with it. Even the wings. And the wings are made out of a different material. They're not vinyl because they were like, this is going to droop and sag over time.
See the Gundam?
Yeah.
Oh, it's got the finger.
Psycho Gundam! He just noticed the Gundam.
I was like, David,
I didn't notice that until you pointed that out. That is amazing.
He's kind of becoming his own character on the show. I bought that as an impulse buy because one of my friends who's a Gundam collector brought his Gundam stuff over for a show, and we were talking about it. And I was like, I was doing it off camera, so I posed his the exact same way. And then I was like, I need one of these. I went out to the Ace Hardware that has the hobby store.
Yeah.
Found one, bought it, built it within 24 hours, and posed it like that, stuck it there.
That's beautiful. That is awesome.
So that is Mr. Psycho Gundam. And let's see. Yeah, Mecha King Ghidorah would make a lot of people happy.
So I got a question.
Yes.
How long did it take you to set this entire room up?
To set it up exactly the way I wanted it, probably a couple weeks. It was a couple week process because I had to it was trial and error with some things too. Like some stuff is not originally where it was when I was setting it.
Right.
Like it was literally just a whole process of, okay, do I want him here or do I want him down here or vice versa, you know?
I mean, not just that, but the fact that you brought in shelves too is like, where do I place the shelves?
Mhm.
And
you're just trying to find a placement for everything.
Yeah.
I want to hear.
So it was a lot of work. And
I
then
imagine.
setting the figures, hanging these was also a pain, all of this stuff.
Yeah,
because
I was saying earlier, the hanging up the Godzilla flag right here was not an easy task to do.
yeah, no, that was very, very difficult to do. And then of course
Pose them the way you want to.
Yeah.
I wanted all the Godzilla Bandais lined up, and it was like, okay, that's the perfect height. I just need to attach something to the wall over here that it can sit on, and then boom, I have a perfect lineup of all the different years of Godzilla. And that was always a highlight of when I had my collection where I used to live, which was my parents.
Hey, look, Alex. It's a Burning Godzilla you gave your nephew.
Oh yeah, because I'm trying to get him to be a Godzilla fan too.
Yeah.
So I bought his own Godzilla.
Nice. You got him the Bandai 95.
You know the part that makes it funny? The picture you have back there with the Godzilla right there, the one right here behind your Bandai's. Actually,
That banner piece?
the one that's Frank Parr's monster is right on the left of Godzilla right there.
Uh-huh.
That's actually his original kaiju.
Oh.
So I was like, hold on, I know that one.
Very cool. Yeah, there's artwork up there that's like hidden because I had nowhere else to really put it. So I have like Titanosaurus and Gorgo
Nice.
from Matt Frank. That was for the UK Kaiju convention. And
Which
then
the Titanic is they're actually making the God, not Gorgo. No, it is Gorgo.
Yeah,
'Cause we got
Gorgo.
a figure of him, yeah.
yeah, they're making a figure of him.
I don't know. I'm like, what am I backtracking? I meant that one, yeah.
It happens.
So I'm excited for that.
So
one.
I noticed you also these ones are from NECA.
Yeah, those are the NECA box covers. Yeah.
Boxes.
So I did like the background that they used for this one.
Yes.
That was for me. If mine didn't get torn up again, having a few cats, things get torn up at times.
That is true.
So
Fernando saying, y'all think Toho's going to do something special for Megalon's anniversary like they did Hedron and Gigan? Without a doubt. Without a doubt. At this point, they have to.
Yeah,
I'm expecting them to do like all those little short.
The short
films
flick,
everyone-
yeah.
Yeah, everyone wants it.
I can't wait to see what they're going to do with Jet Jaguar, in all honesty. Like, as much as it's going to be cool to see Megalon, it's going to be cool to see, like, Jet Jaguar again.
Jaguar.
Jonathan saying the thing with collections and collectors, there are those guys that you feel they are saying, look at me and my stuff. I'm cooler and better than you. And then he doesn't get that from me. Well, I don't want to give off that vibe. That's not what I do, you know? I do know people like that, though, too.
Yeah.
Just show things you like, not say,
Yeah.
"Hi, look, hi, I got this. You didn't get it."
Yeah, no.
I'm glad that they got that.
This
It's
room shows your love and appreciation
for
towards
the thing you love,
kaijus.
Godzilla.
Yeah. So, but there are people out there like that, sadly. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I feel like we all know one in a dark corner somewhere.
Yeah.
And then Jonathan just saying, and that's why he likes me and hanging out with me. Well, I appreciate that. Hey, it's Yosh. What's going on, Leaf Claw Studios?
Oh, there's a lot of Yoshi now.
Oh.
There's a wild Yosh. Everybody saying hi to Yosh. Les Walker. Guys, thank you for the positivity, just saying how cool I am. You know, I appreciate that. Again, it's not really what I go for, but I appreciate the positivity. You guys are awesome. You guys all rock, you know? Alex and David, you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
You know?
And then that beautifulness.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Les saying, I rock. I'm a sharing person. That's why he's here.
Yeah, but seeing Destroyer flying at you like that.
Godzilla Train saying he can't stand those people.
They're both flying that way.
At that point, all right, fine. I'll just start burying my own grave.
Nick Art and Animations. Have I ever had a broken figure? Yes, that has happened. Yes, I have had broken figures before. Actually, my Trendmasters Mecha Ghidorah, it definitely shows his wear and tear that I put upon him as a kid. He's missing a wing. One of his heads is actually glued back on. He's missing the red button. The electronics on his insides are all messed up. You have this Mothra here, which is missing a wing and an antenna. Space Godzilla's missing his horn. He's missing some toes. I don't know if they're showing up because I can't see.
They're showing up a bit. There you go.
And then Godzilla over here is missing a finger.
Yeah, I know that is good.
Ronan's pretty intact. Mecha Godzilla has a lot of paint scuffs. But yeah, so I do have some broken figures, but they're mainly from my childhood.
I mean, as a child, you appreciate them by playing with them.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody saying hi to Yosh. Yes.
Of course, now we appreciate unboxing and setting them up for display. Right, nobody touch it.
Yeah, that's one thing that they say is like, now as a collector, you get a figure and you're like, yeah, you open it up, this, that, and then you're just like, and then you just sit and you stare at
You
it.
stare at it. And the only time you ever touch is when you have to dust it off.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, right.
Les saying you like the row of the years of Godzilla that I did. Thank you. I like it too. It literally goes all the way to Godzilla Singular Point. And that's really all I can fit. So now if there's any more Godzilla that comes out, they're going to have to find a different spot. That, or I don't necessarily want to do that because I don't want to grow outside of this room. I'd hate to like knock this wall down and like extend it because that would be too much.
Well, I mean, that just means more room for other.
Exactly.
Sure, yeah.
Let's see. Jonathan saying not specifically broken kaiju stuff, but I buy broken action figures for cheap, and he fixes them up. He customizes them.
I do the exact same.
Yeah.
I do the same thing because I bought a Garrus which has a broken tail, and I'm gluing it back, so it looks normal.
Very cool.
Just gotta paint up the little part where.
And I mean, if you're somebody who enjoys fixing things up or has inclined and have the time to do it, go for it. Go for that route.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, it's fun if you have a good time doing it. Alex has fun doing that. I have fun. I have fun repurposing some stuff like that. So yeah, go for it.
Godzilla Train 1090 said his Rodan took a nosedive and broke the dorsal plate on his 30 centimeter 64, and then Mogira broke and Mothra is completely broken. Ouch! That was a domino effect.
Yeah, that hurts.
I think that's the problem, especially when you put them higher. That's the part I always get scared. Like, don't knock them over. When you go higher, and then when you put them close together, because you're using as much space as you can, of course.
Yep.
Again, as I was telling Alex earlier, my cat knocked over a bunch of my Iron Man stuff earlier this week.
Yeah.
And luckily, none of it broke. A few scuffs, but it's just like.
Yeah.
Oh.
And see, that's another thing is that I also know collectors that they present it in a way, but then there's just so much other stuff. You know what I mean? Like they overcrowd the shelves. And to me, like, it's cool, but then it also really does make it hard to see everything. Like here, you're probably going to eventually come back and then you'll see something like, did you have this before? And I'll be like, yeah. And I'm like, I didn't see it. But it's like everybody has always said about mine is that it's very just... It's organized. It's neat. It's spread out.
Everything has its own space where you can see mostly everything, looking at it at a first glance.
Oh, yeah.
Like
yes, I missed that Gundam earlier, but
my most recent thing that I did that I really like was getting the Mezco set of Godzilla and Hedra.
Yeah.
Putting them in the climatic battle there underneath the flying Hedra from X Plus. I was like, that just looks cool.
Oh yeah.
That looks like they came together.
Yeah, it looks like it all goes together, right?
It looks like, oh, I didn't. They're together? Oh, that's awesome.
Like, oh, man, it's right out of the movie.
Reptile 7876, what's my favorite Godzilla poster? Well, that may have to go to that original Gigan one that I just got. But, in all honesty, I love this Godzilla vs. Hedra poster out of my collection the most. It's just has a cool design to it. I like all the pictures they used for it, the way they melded them all together. That's my favorite poster. Love it so much. Let's see Les Walker sharing his favorite poster. And also saying, stop now. This is too cool for you.
What was the other one? Oh, stop, too sexy.
You're right.
Yeah. Let's see.
Of course, my favorite poster in here is the one that promoted the Tucson Godzilla Festival from 2019.
Oh, Jonathan saying that to check in with him later, might be able to come up with some replacement parts or fix my old toys up. Well, Jonathan, I appreciate that, buddy.
There you go.
That'd be cool. And then Les Walker saying the Hedra section. Yeah, there's some Hedra stuff here. There's that Hedra there. I got that little Hedra in the Petri dish right there. But the real Hedra shelf is out here. And I love the way that it came out. That's my main Hedra shelf. You got Bandai, you got Monster Arts, you got Marmots, Mezco, CCP. It's all there.
You got everything. Yes.
Even got that Hedra sticker there.
And also the flying one right there.
Yep. Another flying one. There's a flying one in there too. Surprised we're not all like choking He's
Not yet.
He's like small
He's allowing us to breathe.
for now.
Just don't make him angry.
Godzilla Train 1090, talking about toy photography. I've done some toy photography.
I'm trying to dabble into that.
Yeah, that's what we've done a couple of times.
Yeah. It's fun to do if you get the right lighting, the right setup. You know, when I did my review on my X Plus crawling Baragon, when I did the thumbnail for that, what I did was I took him outside where I have like a dirt area, and I kind of placed him in a way to where, and the angle was just right that it just looked like natural. You know what I mean? Like Baragon's just roaming out on the dirt, rock, mountain area. You know what I mean?
Okay. That makes it look realistic.
Yeah. Let's see. Nick, arts and animations, best collected on the whole YouTube platform. Oh, best collector on the whole well, thank you. That's what he meant to say. Best collector. Well, I appreciate it. I mean, I know that there's other people out there that go miles above what I got, but I appreciate it. Thank you for the positivity. Les has to go soon, but can you show the new Motu guys? Yes. Oh, yes, Les. I will. I hope you're still here. We're playing catch up on comments still. Here they are. There is the new He-Man. My light is the way the light is in here. Let's get some normal lighting. That way they show up a little bit better. But there is the He-Man from the Masterverse line from the 87 film. I put the alternate head on him because I liked it better. And of course I have him with a gun because, you know, He-Man, even though he uses the sword, I like the 87 using the gun. And then here's my favorite Skeletor of all time, Frank Langella. I love the way this figure came out. It's so beautiful. That face sculpt is flawless. So I recommend anybody who's a fan of the 87 movie, go out and try to find these at Target. See if you can find them. They are worth the pickup.
And of course, the
Subrex 2.
oh, the Godzilla's there too.
Yes.
Come on.
That's another Matt Frank picture.
Fernando, what's my favorite non-Godzilla kaiju franchise? His is Ultraman. Well, let me get this ugly light off. See, guys, this is what it looks like with the fan light, and then, bam, it looks so much more cooler.
Just pops out more this way.
Favorite non-Godzilla kaiju franchise?
That's tough.
That is tough. I want to say, in all honesty, I'd probably have to go Ultraman too. Because, I mean, if you want to stay within those lines of tokusatsu and kaiju, it's really kind of just Godzilla and Ultraman. I mean, there's also Zone Fighter, but Zone Fighter really wasn't around very long. You know what? Actually, Gamera.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Gamera.
Gamera's a good one.
Gamera would have to be mine. See Jonathan talking about how he's been making some shelving for a lot of his stuff. Let's see. Jonathan asking, with posters, frame or no frame? For certain things, I gotta go frame. For other things, I do thumbtacks. Hate me for it if you may. I don't care. I just like to, when I get stuff to put up, I hate having a lull, like if maybe I can't afford a frame right now or whatever. And it's like, I just don't want to leave it rolled up or whatever. I want to put it up. So whenever I get something, I usually do straight on thumbtacks. That original 1972 Japanese poster, though, for Godzilla vs. Gigan that I just got, immediately bought a frame for that sucker. Because that thing is old. It's older than me. Godzilla Train saying he just redid his shelves, trying to get satisfied with it. It's a process. You're going to be moving stuff around to find what you really, really like and where you like them.
And even then, one day you'll say, oh, it's perfect the way it is. And then a week later, now I got to switch it up.
Jonathan also talking about he does like magnets and stuff too. Godzilla Train 1090, by any chance, have I seen your Instagram? Got some awesome nature shots. I have, Godzilla Train 1090. You have some excellent toy photography, I must say. And then Jonathan saying he was looking at the He-Man figures in Target last weekend. He didn't find any, though. Les Walker, Skeletor, yes. Nick, Arts and Animations. Can I show the Gundam figures I have? Yeah, I can. I can for sure. So first off, you have Mr. Psycho Gundam here in all his joy. Down below here, I have a couple gun tanks. And then, let me go out this way. I do have Gundam Epon. And that's about it for Gundam. I don't have a lot of Gundams. I leave the Gundam collecting to my friend Lawrence. He is quite the Gundam collector. How tall is he? Can you compare? Oh, you're talking about the Mastersverse figures, Les. They're about 6 inches tall. So they're about like your average, maybe 6.5. Let's see, Lucy Collect is talking to... Everybody's talking about shelves. Everybody's talking about shelves. Hey, I could show that. There's the main menu. Oh, we gotta watch the octopus thing.
Oh yeah.
I just remembered.
That's right.
Les, how can I email you? I want to send you some pics of your painted figures and stuff. Okay, Les, you want to email me? It's simple. GodzillaFanFreaks@gmail.com. Simple as that.
No. No, Bowser.
Oh yeah, Bowser's a new addition. He's a new addition to the Kaiju couch. I have a Bowser plush now. Nick Arts and Animation saying, dang, he's flipping us off to the Psycho Gundam. And then also just saying cool. And then Jonathan saying Masterverse is basically the same size as the Motu Classics line, Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series. Yeah. They're all around that 6 to 6.5 inch range. But yeah, no, we're just chilling. Yeah, let's watch that octopus.
Let's do it.
Let's watch that.
You can experience it, Mr. David.
Of course, you guys aren't going to be watching it. Otherwise, YouTube will pull this video. Or Toho will pull this video. Let's put it that way.
Somebody will pull it and it's not going to be fun.
Yeah, it won't be fun at all. So,
Okay,
yeah, footage. Alrighty, there we go. Let's make sure we are all here. Since David's never seen it, of course, we got to get his reaction. So you guys are going to get David's live reaction here. He's never seen the deleted ending to this movie.
I'm excited for it.
Is it extra international footage, or is it, I think it's deleted scenes. Okay, yeah. So there's no audio during this. So
Maybe the other one, the international.
You think it's the international? I think it is too. I think you're right. I think you're right.
Because there was audio to it. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, there was audio to it, right? Let's see here. Extra international footage. Yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
So we're going to get David's first reaction to, it's basically showing the ending of the movie again, but it's the deleted scene where Frankenstein gets pulled under by the octopus. So we're just going to kind of sit back and watch this. You want to ask questions, ask us kind of now before we get to the point, because again, it's like rewatching the end of the movie, basically. Which I'm sorry if you didn't get to watch more of the movie. I know
no.
Sometimes it's hard with...
Oh, no, you're good.
He's still having a blast on our way.
Oh, yeah.
And then Les Walker says he's got to go, but you email me pics soon. Had a blast with you guys tonight. Take care. And watch those guys, Alex and David. He also says bye, guys.
Thank you, Les. Take care.
Thank you for being here with us, Les. Now, do you know Haru Nakajima, the guy who originally played Godzilla? He plays Baragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if the name's known of the guy that plays Frankenstein I wonder if he's even still like alive. That'd be good to try to find out. That'd be like a cool guest for even G-Fest, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be good.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, who's the actor who played Frankenstein? That'd be a good trivia question.
Does anybody here know the actor that played Frankenstein in Frankenstein Conquers the World? Is he still alive? If you have any questions for us, ask them. We're just chilling, watching this because we want to get David's reaction. If nobody asks anything, you're just going to be staring at our faces, looking beyond the camera at the TV. This is so much fun. I guess we could commentate. He's getting him in a chokehold. Sleeper.
It looked like he was trying to pull his teeth out.
See, now, I like that Baragon has a ray, though. You know what I mean? They took that away in GMK, which I was kind of upset about.
That was disappointing.
Like, give him a ray, you know? Those styrofoam rocks.
We all know King Kong vs. Godzilla, all the toy cars.
Jonathan saying, me staring back.
Perfect. Stare back at me.
Godzilla Train 1090. His name is Koji. I'm probably gonna butcher it. Furuhata. Koji Furuhata. He's 90. Wow. I'm surprised he's never really though made an appearance. I wonder if he's ever been asked. I would imagine so. Maybe he just denied it. You know, some people, you know, even of different cultures and everything like that, there are people out there who don't necessarily enjoy the movies that they've been in.
They might rather just like do the movie and that's it.
Yeah, so maybe he was one of those, maybe, who knows.
It's quite possible.
But because that's happened before. I mean, even in Toho, the War of the Gargantuas.
Yeah.
Russ Tamblyn. He hates it when people approach him and want him to sign something that's related to that movie because he's like,
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, he didn't really enjoy doing it. He doesn't enjoy the memory of it. But then you have all these other people who, again, who love what they did. They embrace it, you know, and that's what I really love too about Rest His Soul, Jason David Frank.
Mm-hmm.
He always owned, you know, the guy was legit. You know, later on in the years, you find out, wow, he ran his own karate school. He tried some stuff in MMA. He was kind of a badass. But here, he embraced.
He embraced,
you know,
being
it's morphing time, you know, in a light spandex, you know, colored suit with a helmet, being like a space, you know, ranger, you know, fighting, you know, like something that you would think like that was kind of embarrassing that I did that. He always owned it. You know, a lot of the other people that did Power Rangers, David Yost, the Blue Ranger, he owns it. The guy who played the Black Rangers, Zach.
Walter Jones.
You know, Walter Jones. He owns it. You know,
Johnny Basha.
Yep. Amy Jo Johnson.
Yeah.
You know, all those people, they own it. You know, they're like, you know what?
Karen Ashley, the second Yellow Ranger, also.
Yeah. Fernando, fun fact, the translated title of Frankenstein Conquers the World in my country is Frankenstein Against the World. Okay, I've actually never heard that title before. I've only heard it called Frankenstein Conquers the World, or the Japanese title, which was Frankenstein versus Baragon.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Jonathan saying maybe he's a recluse.
You never know.
And then Jonathan saying some actors think it's just a job, they got paid for it and don't want any attention, especially straight guys that do gig porn. Jonathan, come on. Why'd you have to go there? Just because it's the graveyard shift doesn't mean that we're still trying to be kind of family friendly over here.
Blowing those punches, man.
Oh, man. He's trying to get him. No, but he's going to dig himself out.
Like, no, let me go.
Hey, Alex, he's digging like your dog's dick.
Yeah. I was like, I'm out of here.
Jonathan said, but I did make you laugh, so there's that. That you did.
Not wrong.
Jonathan said he also has to be weird.
That's the best way.
Hey, own it. If you're weird, own it.
But guys, thank you so much for being here for Kaiju Chill O'Clock, episode 35, The Graveyard Shift. We are just a little over 2 hours. We got 8 likes on my end. Thank you guys so much. Atomic blast that like button if you have not already. Bench press. Body slam. Okay, we're coming up to it. At least I hope we picked the right one. I think we did.
I think we did.
Let's see. Fernando, Subaraya made more use of Baragon than Toho ever did. That is true. After they did this movie, they used the Baragon suit in countless Ultraman Kaiju. They just redid the head. Yeah, this is it.
If you're not sure he's dead, kick him a couple times.
Yeah, this is how you can tell this is the different. Yep. Alright, here we go. About to see the most weird thing ever.
Dude, you haven't got to you.
It's you out of nowhere.
What the? What?
Wait for it, David.
Just out of nowhere. And Frankenstein's just like, okay, I'll fight you now.
I got you, man. Oh my god. He doesn't know how to attack him.
No, he doesn't. He's like, wait a minute, this thing has too many arms. Throw a rock at it.
Yeah, throw it.
Oh, now you got it.
If it was executed a little better, I think they probably would have kept it in. But I think it was just because they knew that this doesn't fit.
No,
it doesn't work.
And then the fact that most of the townspeople are looking on it like, answer this on a normal Tuesday. Now, I'm more surprised that the suction cups are not getting to him right now.
Right? They're just all like still flailing around. Jonathan says people tell him that he's weird and he responds by saying thank you. Jonathan saying describe and explain please. Well, all of a sudden there's just this octopus that comes out of nowhere after Frankenstein disposes of Baragon's body, and Frankenstein's just like, okay, I guess I'll fight you now. Doesn't really know what to do, throws a few rocks at it. Everybody, all the humans are onlooking, and now he's just literally just getting dragged down. Like, well, the octopus doesn't even have him like wrapped up. He's literally just walking with it as it's backing up.
See, this is called the worst tug of war. We don't know who's winning or not. And they go,
I want to see the octopus is winning.
But if you think about it, though, the ending to this movie really does open up War of the Gargantuas a little better, because you have Gyra fighting the octopus in the beginning of War of the Gargantuas.
Yeah.
So that's where you kind of have that connection, but...
I'll say, okay, now he's dropping him off.
Yeah. And he's just dragging him underneath. Yeah, you're going to lose that battle, Frankenstein.
フランケンシュタインは死んだでしょうか。
いや、彼は永久のせいいつかどこかに出てくる。死んだ方がいいかもしれない。所詮彼は怪物だ。
That's it. Now, I wonder though, from anybody who sees, probably people who like see this footage too, because Gyra's not exactly Frankenstein. He's just Frankenstein's DNA that was
Yeah.
like chipped off from Sanda and sent to the ocean. But I wonder if this was to be the actual ending to the movie, how much confusion there would be if Gyro was like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people would be like, I think he's Frankenstein because the octopus drags him into the water at the end of the other movie.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the movie,
You
we
see
have
him in
the
the water,
octopus,
yeah.
and then we got this other
That's
monster.
more-
That might be why they cut it out.
Probably.
Other than the fact that I really don't know how to describe that fight.
And then Godzilla Train 1090, is he getting dragged? Yes, the octopus drags him into the water.
Dragged.
Yep, he dragged him into the water. So,
Kaiju version of Civil War.
Yeah,
so what'd you think?
it went away I was not expecting. I figured that for some point Frankenstein would have gone inked, but that never happened.
Yeah. But, yeah, so that was the...
That was the
So you finally seen it?
deleted ending.
Speechless, pretty much.
Yeah, it's no other way to describe it.
Jonathan saying, I need this movie and War of the Gargantuas on DVD or Blu-ray. I would actually love both of these movies on Blu-ray because I have them both on DVD. But I think a Blu-ray restoration of both these films is much needed.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Actually, yeah.
But no, we're doing pretty good, guys. Godzilla Train. Well, guys, it's kind of slowing down. I just heard this guy give out a yawn. We went a little
I've been
over.
doing that at work.
We went a little over 2 hours, but the engagement's slowing down. It's up to you guys. I really don't know where else to go with the show. I think we've said everything we need to say, so we could say our goodbyes. Doesn't have to be a 3-hour show. I know sometimes that can be kind of grueling to fill in that time.
We have to fill up again.
Yeah, especially if you're dedicated to it, and then you run out, and then you're like, "This is going to be a hard last hour to fill."
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna call it a night, though, you guys. But this was still great, guys. Thank you again so much. I hope you guys had fun.
Again,
we did.
Thank you so much for having us on.
Of
I'll
course,
definitely go back.
Yeah.
of course. And like always, you guys, you can find these guys at Iron Fist 01. Or it's Iron Fist Productions, right?
Yeah.
Iron Fist
01 Productions.
Iron Fist 01 Productions. So you can find them on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Like and follow them. Give them a subscription if you want. Support them and what they do. Fernando is all I gotta say is I gotta watch more of your videos. This live was my introduction to this channel.
Oh.
Hey, sweet. Thanks,
Welcome.
man.
There you go.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for, I hope you enjoyed it. I do mainly figure reviews and a lot of that other stuff, but Kaiju Chill O'Clock is still kind of new. This is only episode 35. So, but thank you. I appreciate that. Leaf Claw Studios, Yosh, he has to get his butt to work, but it was a blast seeing us all. Thank you. Jonathan saying later taters. Godzilla saying Godzilla Train 1090. Jeez, I cannot talk. Saying good night, everybody. Rich from Wisconsin, it was great. Good night, everyone. And then Fernando said, you bet, I did enjoy. Thank you so much again. I'm glad that you came across Godzilla Fan Freaks. Spread the word to anybody else you might know who might enjoy, my channel and what I do. Yeah, so I think we'll close it out. Everybody seems to be good with that. And so, guys, thank you again for being here with me, Godzilla Fan Freaks Live, for Kaiju Chill O'Clock, episode 35, The Graveyard Shift. Thank you to my guests, Alex and David, for being here as well.
No problem.
This was
Thank
a
you for having us.
great blast of a time. Thank you guys so much.
No problem.
So, guys, without further ado, we are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Atomic blast that notification bell while you're at it. Don't forget to like and follow Godzilla Fan Freaks on Facebook. And don't forget to follow Godzilla Fan Freaks on Instagram as well. That way you don't miss anything. And, guys, remember, Iron Fist 01 Productions. I'm getting it tongue-tied. Alex, go ahead. You plug it. It's your...
So, again, if you want to check us out on the Iron Fist 01
Now
Check
you're
us out.
good.
Check us out
on
on
Iron Fist 01 Productions on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
There you go.
We
You guys.
we would appreciate the support as we continue making our future movies down the line.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, you guys. We are Godzilla Fan Freaks and Iron Fist Productions, and we will see you guys either next time on Kaiju Chill O'Clock, and or like always, we'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching.